In the past few months, we've really been through the ringer in our part of the world. Floods, cyclones and earthquakes in Japan, New Zealand and Australia have hit us again and again. The pictures of the ruins of Christchurch's Catholic and Anglican cathedrals are etched in our memories, even from the safe distance of Parramatta. And people ask, where was God in all this? Where was he in Jesus' last days, in the melee in the garden, the conspiracy of the priests and politicians, the jeering of the crowd, the torture on the cross? Where was God at Auschwitz? Where was he hiding during the recent natural disasters? Is there any more to this world than destructive natural forces and survival of the fit and fortunate? At one time or another, we all wonder at the problem of evil, whether natural or human. Sometimes we find half-satisfying answers until something new guts us. Then we feel as the Mother of the Lord must have felt at the foot of the cross. We gape with mute incomprehension and impotence before the mystery of suffering. Against the backdrop of these recent tragedies, Parramatta Cathedral was full on Ash Wednesday, and I predict it will be full again on Good Friday. Whether queuing for the ashes or creeping to the cross, people respond when the liturgy speaks so directly about evil, suffering and mortality. Dust we are, and to dust we shall return. No words, no answers suffice. As in true love, so too in suffering, body language speaks louder than words. We stand by the cross and wonder at evil. But after the grief, our gaping mouths and haunted minds, our sickened hearts and paralysed bodies can move on. We try in our little way to make some sense and to find some comfort. We conclude, as Christians must conclude, that storms and quakes and other evils are no act of God, whatever the insurers say, that no innocent person suffers by God's active will, that even what God permits so as to allow us freedom costs him greatly, and that suffering and death are not the last word. Jesus dies upon the cross in solidarity with all suffering humanity. God goes down into the tomb with all those we've loved and lost. Jesus goes to the land of the dead to speak the compassion of God even there. And he shows them and us the way out. We move with him from the numbness, anger and disgust to better feelings such as pity and hope. We come to trust creation again, to be reconciled with our enemies, to believe once more. We too can know compassion, the compassion in our own hearts for others who suffer, the compassion others show us when we are hurting. In the cross of Christ is the power to conquer sin, suffering and death. We find, as our fellow Australians, Japanese and New Zealanders did, amidst the recent natural disasters, that we can give of ourselves to others, even to strangers. Where is God amidst these tragedies? With the victims primarily, but also with those who respond with divine pity and come to rescue and to care. Amidst the rubble of Christchurch City or of Christchurch wherever it suffers, we see the risen Lord digging desperately amongst the rubble, trying to save whom he can, and proclaiming hope once more to all. God bless you and your loved ones in the forthcoming Easter season. Christ is risen as he said. Alleluia.